chosen one, if you are hearing this right now, it is not by accident. God has guided you here for a reason. This moment, right now, is sacred. It is a call for you to realign your heart, your mind, and your soul with Him. He is inviting you to step into a life of clarity, peace, and purpose. But first, He asks for one thing: put Him first. In this fast-moving world, we wake up to buzzing alarms, endless notifications, and urgent responsibilities. Before we even take a deep breath, our minds are already filled with worries about the day ahead. But what if, instead of letting the world set the tone for our day, we let God do it? What if, before looking at our phones, we looked up to heaven? God wants to be the first voice you hear, the first presence you acknowledge, and the first priority in your life. When you begin your day with Him, everything changes. Your mind becomes clearer, your heart becomes lighter, your spirit becomes stronger. The burdens of yesterday no longer weigh you down because you have placed them in the hands of the One who can carry them all. This is your divine wake-up call. It's time to pause, breathe, and invite God into your day. You were never meant to navigate this life alone. Every step, every decision, and every challenge you face should be led by His wisdom. When God is first, confusion fades, anxiety lessens, and life flows with divine ease. So right now, in this very moment, make the decision. Choose to put God above all else. Let His voice be the one that leads you. Let His peace be the foundation of your day. Let His love be the driving force in everything you do. This is not just another morning. This is the morning where everything shifts. Say this with me. Lord, help me put You first above all else. Be the center of my life, my thoughts, and my actions. Guide me today and always. When God is not first, everything else begins to fall apart. The distractions of this world are endless. Work, money, social media, stress, fear. It's easy to become so caught up in life that we slowly drift away from Him. But the further we move from God, the more restless our souls become. Have you ever noticed how when you neglect prayer, your days feel heavier? How stress seems to build, worries grow, and nothing feels quite right. That is because your spirit is running on empty. Your soul needs God just as much as your body needs air. Without Him, life loses its meaning. Many people chase after success, thinking that money, power, or status will bring them peace. They spend years working, striving, and pushing themselves, only to find that no amount of worldly achievement can fill the emptiness inside. That emptiness is not something that can be filled with material things. It is a space that only God can occupy. When we do not put God first, we become slaves to worry. Fear takes over. Doubt creeps in. Every small problem feels like a giant storm, because we are trying to handle everything on our own. But God never intended for us to live like this. He never asked us to carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. That is His job. Think about a child in the arms of a loving parent. That child does not worry about food, shelter, or protection. They trust completely because they know their parent will take care of them. That is how God wants you to live, fully trusting in Him, without fear, without stress, without feeling lost. But to live in that peace, we must make a choice. We must choose to seek Him first before anything else, because when God is first, everything else falls into place. Our worries shrink, our fears fade. Our hearts rest in the assurance that He is in control. So ask yourself right now, who is sitting on the throne of your heart? Is it God, or is it the worries of this world? If your thoughts are constantly consumed by fear, stress, or earthly distractions, then it's time to make a shift. Right now, surrender it all. Hand over every concern, every burden, every distraction to Him. Say this: Lord, I give you my full attention. I lay down my worries, my fears, and my distractions at your feet. Take control of my life, I trust you. There is a kind of peace that only comes when you fully surrender to God. It is a peace that surpasses understanding, a peace that remains even when life is uncertain. But this peace only comes when you stop fighting for control and start trusting in His plan. We live in a world that tells us to take charge, to make things happen, to work harder and push ourselves. But what if the key to everything you are looking for is not in striving, but in surrender? What if, instead of stressing over the future, you simply handed it over to God? Surrender does not mean giving up. It means letting go of the need to control every outcome. It means trusting that God's plan is greater than your own. It means believing that even when you cannot see the way, He is already making a path for you. God does not need your strength, your plans, or your constant effort. He needs your trust. When you fully surrender to Him, you step into the flow of His divine will. Things begin to align. Doors open that you never expected. Problems resolve in ways you could not have planned. That is the power of surrender. Think about the story of Peter walking on water. As long as he kept his eyes on Jesus, he walked with confidence. But the moment he looked at the wind and the waves, he began to sink. That is what happens when we focus on our problems instead of focusing on God. The storms of life become overwhelming. But when we fix our eyes on Him, we rise above the waves. So right now, take a deep breath. Release every worry, every fear, and every plan you have been holding on to. Lift your hands in surrender and say, Lord, I surrender to your will. Lead me, guide me, and help me to trust you completely. Not my way, but yours. Not my plans, but yours. I know that your way is always better. The moment you choose to let go and trust God, everything shifts. Peace fills your heart. The weight of the world lifts from your shoulders. You begin to walk with a new confidence, knowing that you are not alone. This is what it means to put God first, to wake up every morning and say, Lord, take control, to live every day with the assurance that He is leading the way, to trust that no matter what happens, you are held securely in His hands. And when you truly surrender, when you fully let go and allow Him to work in your life, you will see miracles unfold. Doors will open, blessings will come, and you will walk in a peace that the world cannot take away. Say this with me: Lord, help me to surrender completely to you. I trust your plan, and I put you first above all else. Every morning is a new beginning, a fresh start filled with new possibilities. But before we step into the demands of the day, we must decide, who will we let guide us? The world is noisy, filled with distractions, responsibilities, and endless to-do lists. But when we pause and start our day with prayer, we invite God to take control. Morning prayer is more than just a habit. It is a spiritual anchor. It aligns our hearts with God's will before the world tries to pull us in different directions. It reminds us that we are not walking alone, but with the Creator of the universe leading the way. Think about this. If you were about to take a long journey in an unfamiliar place, would you leave without a map? No. You would make sure you have clear directions to guide you. Prayer is your spiritual map. It ensures that no matter what happens during the day, you remain on the right path. When we wake up and immediately go about our day without prayer, we risk wandering off course. We let stress, impatience, and negativity take control instead of God. But when we start the day in prayer, we position ourselves under divine guidance, making our decisions with wisdom and clarity. Jesus Himself gave us the perfect example of starting the day with prayer. The Bible tells us in Mark 1:35, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, Jesus got up,